Hello everyone. How are you? My name is Kaushiki Sondi and I'm working as a principal right now, and I'm also working with the Bharat University Shri Venkatesh and Narayan Shastri Institute as in Board of Advisory, and working with the schools also as in Board of Advisory. And today we are going to talk about socio-emotional well-being, which was a topic of discussion. And due to some reasons, which was not able to be properly live yesterday because of the network issues. So today we are going to talk about the same criteria, like what things are required to be in a healthy mindset as a student, and what all things you need as a person to have the encounter, and we talk about things as a parent, as a three-dimensional concept when we talk about. So we are going to talk about many things which are required in our education system as a change, as a requirement, as a thing to be add on. So here I will be using the slides and sharing the slides with you along with the things, so that we can have your concept on same. First of all, I would like everyone to understand that what is socio emotional well-being. When we say socio emotional well-being, it means all the things which are required to be happening in the schools, in the environment, in the talk, in the communication. When as a child we are communicating with the teacher, then how things to be managed, what self awareness are required, what filters are to be required for the person to understand that okay, now the person is not able to deliver the proper things to the person because he is having something in the back mind, something in the some subconscious mind, and they are not able to deliver the speech properly. So nowadays what happening, we are going to have a particular job after getting our hard skills, but we are not happy inside, and that is happening with the students. We are telling them to sit on a proper particular post, but we are not telling them how to be mentally healthy, and this is a lack of awareness which is happening in our education system because of no interest towards the development of the soft skills, development of our mental health, no proper requirements needed for a person to groom as a human. And we are evolving as in a physical, we have been evolved as a person in a physical form, but we are not evolved mentally, and that is what hampering our presentation, hampering our life skills, hampering the way of living, and that's why we are having so many diseases at very early age. We are having the obesity problem, we are having the bp problem, the childs are carrying the the specs at a very early age, they are having the migraines. So these kind of things have been we are listening in the schools, and that is due to the lack of awareness towards the socio well-being. When we say well-being, it itself means being well as a person, being evolved person, and having all the things which are required to have a developed personality. So when we say a developed personality, we itself means that we are socially, physically, mentally, environmentally, and encountering the delivery of speech, we are getting into a very evolved person. But nowadays what is happening, we are not telling the students to get into the developed personality, we are telling them to have the hard skills, and we are making them to have the hard skills oriented education, and we are totally ignoring the mental health of a student, mental health of a person. We have seen that people are at a very good position, they are having the education, and they are having and scoring a great position at their end, but they are not happy itself. They don't have anyone to talk, that's why the depression rates are getting high day by day. We are seeing that 8,000 of the students are committing to anyhow wrong destinations, wrong encountering due to no one to talk to them. They don't have anyone to discuss. I've seen that the students with the mark list of 99%, they are getting into a wrong direction. They are taking their lives at a risk just because they are not getting the 100% marking. So what is the definition of success to them? Are we teaching our students, are we teaching our kids that success means getting 100% achievement, not being happy in that format? So we need to tell them that happiness and joyful life is something which is these two terms are different. Happy and being joyful, the two terms are different. We are telling them to be happy, we are not telling them to be joyful. That's why they are finding it difficult to adjust when they are not able to mark the definition of success as per their definition, as per their learning, as per their understanding. So what definition we are providing them for a happy living? Are we telling them to, if you are not good as compared to the person next door, then you are good for nothing? Why the comparison sector and fact life? So we need to understand that okay, we have to be joyful with the success rate bars which I can mark. This is my limit, this is my destination, this is my achievement, and I know this is what I deserve, this is what I can do. So we need to understand the concept framing of joyful life and our happiness life, and that what socio-emotional well-being is connected with. We need to be very much self-aware, we need to be very much self-responsible. We need to understand that the focus point should be very clear, and we need to understand that the delivery of speech and receiving a message with a proper filter form required to keep the mindset very much active, proactive, or reactive as per the situation. So today we are talking about the social emotional well-being, and social emotional well-being itself means interest and the influences around us. Are we getting interest in that particular subject we are encountering, and that's why we are doing that? Or are we influenced due to some other person is doing that, and then we are encountering and not being making it that much success, and then we are feeling depressed about it? So we need to understand that concept. Self-awareness needs to be talked. When we say self-awareness, it should be the external environment and the internal environment we are encountering with. Are we having the great format of exchange of messages? Are we having a great format of communication skills? Why your child is depressed? Have you ever asked them like why you are tensed about something? Okay, but are we cross questioning them? Are we interrogating them? So we need to understand that are we a support system to them, or are we interrogating them? Are we a question mark to them? We need to have a question mark with our child. We need to be very much a supportive system to them. Then only they will be at their better mindset and presenter to the particular situation, or the awareness, or the things they need to have understanding of. Otherwise they will not ask you the problems, and they will keep quiet just because they don't get that depression, they don't get that ignorance or inferiority complex, and they will lack the information. That's why more of the people today lack the information, because they don't want to cross question just because of their no mindset to get the information, and that's why they are lacking behind. So that is the concept of today, that social emotional well-being. How can you do it, how can you achieve it? So I will be telling you some concepts and some points where we can work upon it. Like we can do a regular exercise. We need to tell our students or child that we need to have a proper exercise mechanism in our daily schedule. That's why we can be very active. We should know when to react, when not to react, when to be quiet, when to speak, when to be proactive, and when to be reactive, and when no reaction is needed. These filters are very much important when we are doing the communication as per the mindset, because we should be very much forecasting about what we are delivering today will affect what sections and what sectors around. So that is the concept of social emotional well-being. Because sometimes what happens, we are very much reactive to the situation, and we just give a proper response just to boost our the anger concepts, or just to fulfill the concept of revenge or grudges around. And then afterwards we are like, oh my god, due to this reaction we are much of things now. So the filter concept is very much required as a human, because we have developed as a human. We need to be very much framed person in the mindset also. So we need to be very much exercise oriented. We need to have a based mechanism about it. Our body should be very much active to understand the concept. And yes, also we need to be very much futuristic. We need to be very much forecasting. We need to tell our students or child to have 4 5 5 years filter concept of whenever they are giving reaction or proactive towards any situation, and then only or we can teach them how to deal with a particular problem or situation and do a proper situational analysis according to the situation that we call a SWOT analysis. I think more of the students who are from the management, they must be aware about the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis का मतलब होता है working upon the strengths, working upon the weaknesses, working upon the opportunities, and working upon the threats. So hello Yasmin खान जी, लगा नमस्ते. So today we are talking about the socio emotional well-being. तो जो ये कॉन्सेप्ट है, इस कॉन्सेप्ट का सिंपल से if we take a SAR, it means whenever we have a problem, we need to have a process filter to filter the situation and then give it our response. If we are doing it and taking a break of 5 minutes and filtering the results which we want, the outcomes which we want, the answers which we want to frame, then we can be very much active upon it. तो हमारे को ये सोचना पड़ा these filters and how can we achieve these filters in our particular regular life. So for that you need to be very much exercise, do a particular kind of yoga, meditation, have a patience, and don't be a anger person who is giving a response on an immediate basis. We need to have a particular kind of time frame, either counting of 5 minutes is required or go for a walk, just change the situation, just change the environment around. Don't stick to the environment. If you are being occupied or being captured by a particular kind of situation which you are not able, then go for a walk, go out, take a break, take a chill pill. We call it just don't be serious about your life. I always say to my students, don't be too much serious about your life. You are not very much VIP person in your life, so don't take it seriously. You should know that you are a casual person. Your life is a casual life. You can make mistakes, you can have mistakes, you can encounter mistakes, and you should know how to deal with them. If you are giving yourself a perfectionist tag, then you will always be suffering. No one is perfect, and that's why I'm saying that we are learning. We should taught our students, we should tell them that we are always learning. We are always learning. We are on a concept of learning, and that's what is social emotional well-being. Talking about the positive terms, giving the positive environment, giving the positive aura to the students, so they can have a particular mindset from a very early kinder age about not to have a negative impact of any situation, and they are very much patient and very much proactive in the response in the mind, not in the you have to be proactive, but where in the mind? In the mind you should be proactive, you should not be proactive in the senses. So how to control your gestures, how to control your emotions, how to control your self analyzing, how to control the face and the behavior patterns during any particular situation should be taught to the student from a very particular age. Suppose in the very age of mid age of your 30s and 40s, if you have any financial crisis, you lost your very long had some problem or disease or anything like that, then how you are going to face it? Have you ever planned about it? Have you ever educate your child about it? Because that time maybe you are there or not with them, or they have the mentor or particular friend or particular family member to support them, or may not be, because that is a futuristic approach. Have you worked upon it? We need to tell our students or child from a very particular age that okay, if this kind of thing is happening, then we can have a remarkable answer to this concept, and that can be happened by human interaction, by raw examples which are framed, by telling them okay, taking them to the particular life events which are happening like that. We should make them understand that life can be uncertain, life can be very much not realistic, life can be very much not as per you have planned it. So we should be very much working upon the concept of plan B, plan C, plan D with a child with when it comes to a joyful life. And that is what socio emotional well-being is. Because socio emotional well-being, okay, yes, इनका कहना है well-being is an important part today's need. Yes, it's a very important need of today, because we are telling our students about banking, we are telling about law, we are telling about the history, we are telling about the geography, we are telling about the mathematics. But are we telling them how to be joyful in life? Are we telling them how to be mentally peace at life? Why we have a suffering of the students? Why we have a depression people? US I think in US, America is the biggest, you know, developed country we have been seeing. Then too, we are seeing that the depression high there when people are at their best. They're working in Google and still they are into a depression. They're working in any company and still they are into going through some financial crisis, or not financially, maybe family issues. They are not happy inside. They are not feeling content. They are empty somewhere or some places. So we need to understand that working in a big company or working with a big brand or having a fame and having a great personality sometimes, but a person is alone behind. So that emptiness need to be filled, and that can be done only if you are well trained according to the socio-emotional well-being concept, and that concept need to be brought from a very kinder age into the student by telling them the positive aura, giving them the positive word, telling them that they are good, they can do it alone, they are good for everything, and they don't lack for anything. And yes, again, they should no comparison as per the education system. We are seeing that we are comparing the child, we are comparing the person along with the other siblings or people around, and that is not right. We are not telling them that okay, you are not good in that and he is good in that. Yes, are we telling them that? Or we are telling them that okay, you need to be good than that person, only that the success means only this if you are good to the next person sitting to you. Are we telling them that? So what actually the definition of success we are providing them? The success definition is very easy: being joyful. If you are joyful, if your mindset is healthy, if you are at your best, at your mind senses, then I think that is the best thing to be a successful person. Even a beggar is happy sometimes. We are seeing they don't have anything, then too they are happy. They don't have any opportunity, they don't have any life plan to achieve, then too they are very much happy. I'm able to share my PPT here. Let me share it. So is it visible right now? Hello. Yes. Just a second. So the concept is very easy if we are going to understand it, but with the concept of exercising on a daily basis, getting encountering with the positive book sets, working upon them, talking to a positive people, and having a great format of understanding, going out for some events, meeting new people, having an interaction, and working upon ourselves as a person and grooming ourselves mentally into a mental health, great personality, then only we can work upon it. So it's very easy concept. When we talk about social emotional well-being, it means self-awareness. Self-awareness about the things which are not happening around, having a great interaction about the external and the internal processes happening, and also working upon the concept of mindset framing, which is called the brainstorming session. So I'm sorry the screen is not able to share, so I'll be talking about it on a chat only. Right. So when we say again that how can we achieve the filters which are required to be worked upon when we are doing that? I'm sorry, I got disconnected. The things are very much clear that social emotional well-being include the exercising process, meditation process, brainstorming process, and also things which are required to be in a healthy mind frame when we are talking to a healthy people, when we are talking to a positive aura and being in a positive environment. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining and hope you enjoy the session. I'll be bringing more slides to you in the coming session. Due to the network issues, as we are getting heavy rainfall here, so it's not getting connected at a very particular time. So thank you so much again. Take care. God bless.